What is up, guys? Eric here from Real Film Reviews, bringing you a special video today. This is Movie Theater Etiquette Part 2. I did a movie theater etiquette video a while back on my channel. I'll link it in the description if you haven't seen it before because you weren't around back then. But it was basically just me talking about everything that people do that pisses me off when I'm in a movie theater. Since then, more things have happened and I feel like it's necessary for me to make another one of these videos. Just as with the first video, this video will be uncensored, and some of the things I talk about might sort of overlap with something I talked about in the first one, but that's because they've happened more, or they continue to happen, and I just feel like I want to talk about it more. So, let's get into it. Okay, I'm just going to start off with the same thing that I started off with in the first one, I'm pretty sure, which is talking. Talking in a movie theater. I get it. Everybody talks a little bit, and that's fine. It's cool. As I said in the first time, if you gotta say something to your friend real quick or something, I get it. But, Jesus, shut up. Shut the fuck up during the video, or the movie, or whatever the hell you're watching. Trailers, I don't care. If it's trailers, whisper, but don't full talk. I went and saw Passengers. The movie was trash. But the people sitting behind me, dear God, there was a trailer for Dunkirk that happened, and fucking Harry Styles is in that movie from One Direction. Everybody knows that. He fucking auditioned, he got the part, it's why he cut his hair, all that bullshit. These girls, it's like a group of like 12 to 15-year-olds, because they didn't have their cars, because they had to wait for their parents after the movie ended to pick them up. And Harry Styles is on screen for like 2 seconds, and this fucking girl leans to her friend, and she's like, "Oh my God, Kelsey, was that Harry Styles?" And she's like, "Ashley, there's no way Harry Styles would be in that movie. That's ridiculous. You're crazy." So then they continued this banter back and forth past that trailer, through every trailer. It's like, still can't believe Harry Styles is in that movie. She's like, shut up, that wasn't him. I don't fucking care if it was Harry Styles or it wasn't. I would rather you just pull your phone out and go to IMDb and find out that it is him and shut the hell up. I don't even care that much when people talk during trailers, but if you want to talk full volume about whether or not the former singer from One Direction is in Christopher Nolan's new film, just look it up on your damn phone and then you can look at your friend and be like, "See, told you I was right," and then it can all be over. It can just be done then. It can be finito. Not to mention, throughout the whole movie, I'll admit, Passengers is bad. It's got some laughably bad scenes in it, but they were just being like obnoxiously jokey about it, like making stupid comments that were unnecessary throughout the film, and it was just making me more and more angry, and I was like leaned forward in my seat for almost the entire film because they wouldn't shut up, and I was trying to make it so the movie was closer to me, so hopefully it would drown out more of their disgustingly annoying talking. As I said, talking during trailers isn't that big of a deal as long as you're still at least somewhat respectful about it. I went and saw John Wick 2. This was like 2 weeks ago. And I got in there and there weren't that many people and I was so happy because I loved John Wick 1 and I was so excited for John Wick 2. If it's before the movie has officially started, I don't mind people being on their phones a little bit, talking, as long as they're like still accepting the fact that they're in a movie theater. Before the movie starts at all, or not necessarily the movie, but the trailers, sure, you can just normal talk if you're comfortable with everyone else hearing your conversation. But once those trailers start, it needs to switch to whispering, and when the movie starts, it needs to not be very common. When I went to John Wick 2, I got in there and I thought it was going to be great, and it was, because once the movie started, these kids shut up, which I was so happy about. But before the movie started, the top row in this theater was an entire line of like 16-year-olds, it seemed like. Maybe they were older than that because they were in a rated R film, but I don't know. And I know when I was younger and me and my friends went to movies or we went anywhere, sure, we were obnoxious, we were loud, we made stupid jokes, but now, even though I am like not even that much older than that, when I hear shit like that, it just makes me cringe so hard. And when you do it that loudly in a movie theater, it makes me want to die. These dudes were all up there and they had like a group of friends. There was like probably 10 or 15 of them. And the trailers are starting and this dude goes, oh, like he's like, man, does my popcorn taste burnt? And then he hands it over to his friend. He's like, yeah, tastes kind of salty. And then he's like, huh, tastes like sperm, bro. And then his friend on the other is like, oh yeah, I guess I forgot to wash my hands. Hey, Johnny, how about you shut your fucking mouth, because Trevor and fucking Kyle don't care about your stupid joke. No one even laughed at it. I could hear them because you're all being so fucking loud during the trailers. Nobody laughed at your stupid jerk-off joke, bro. So give up and be quiet in the goddamn movie theater. Okay, so this next one is something that I have never encountered. The talking is something I have before, but I just wanted to vent about it again. I went and saw Silence. This is a very slow, quiet film. It's an epic about Japanese people's treatment of Christianity in their country in the fucking 1600s. And I did not expect many people to be in this theater with me, and there were not many. But there was an old man. Honestly, not really even that old. He was probably like 50 something. So not really old enough for this to be okay. And this movie, like I said, it's not a loud film. So let me reenact what it was like at almost every silent sequence of this film for you. And I'll be using this little tool called a pooter to show you. Imagine I'm sitting here and this old man is behind me back here. Every time something happens and we're in a quiet scene, it was this. And then I'd kind of just be like, did that guy just like rip ass behind me? Did he just like fart real loud in his chair and just not care? And obviously I'm not going to turn around and look at him. And then it'd be like, not even 5 minutes later, and then... And I'm like sitting there listening to this. And to be fair, I guess at least it didn't smell. But Jesus, man, why are you waiting for the quietest scenes in the movie to be... Like, why would you wait for the quiet scene to let that out? Let it out when it's the loud scene, when the score is roaring and there's rain or something, instead of when it's like Andrew Garfield staring off into the distance and then I just hear, like, fuck off! Fuck off, bro! Hold it until a loud scene or take some fucking Tums before you come to the movie. Like, if you go to a loud film, sure, fart all you want because nobody knows it's you. But in a quiet-ass film like Silence, you need to, like, time that shit. Otherwise, I'm sure the dude that was sitting a little bit away from me heard it too. I doubt it was just me, because every 10 minutes you just hear, and then you're like, huh, that 50-year-old man behind me that probably has a family currently gives no fucks about the fact that 8 people in this movie theater know that he's basically shitting his pants in that seat. This next one is a special case. I've encountered people bringing alcohol into movie theaters and all of that, but I have not once, until I went and saw the film Split, witnessed someone bring straight up a bag of weed into a movie theater. And when I say bag, I mean an unsealed bag of weed. I get into the movie with my friend and we sit down. People come in, they sit down like a few seats next to us, like probably 5 seats away. And they smell like weed smoke. Whatever, dude. Chill. Get fucking lit, bro. It's a Friday. I don't care. Live your life. I don't give a shit what you do. Then about 45 minutes into the movie, the guy's kind of like rustling around in his pockets, and it's him and his girlfriend. And I was just like, okay, whatever. He's looking for his phone or his wallet or something. I don't fucking care. And then all of a sudden, a giant engulfment of a smell of marijuana hits me. And I'm like, wait a second, is that guy about to attempt to smoke weed in this movie theater? One, you're kind of a baller and I respect it, but at the same time, easy, pal. Maybe let it go. Maybe wait till the end of the film, because, you know, you're probably gonna get arrested if you do that. So this guy's like rustling around his pocket, and all of a sudden I just hear like the faint, it's not even faint, it was loud sound of either a piece of metal or a piece of glass hitting the ground. Now, I'm in college. I went to high school. I had a lot of friends that smoked weed, so I'm familiar with some of the rhetoric, and I'm like 95% sure that guy dropped his one-hitter out of his pocket, and if it wouldn't have been for the fact that he dropped it and like 10 people in the theater turned and looked at him, I'm pretty damn sure he was getting ready to light up inside of that movie theater. My friend sitting next to me did not even notice it, and then eventually the weed smell dissipated because I'm pretty sure he closed his bag and put it back in his pocket. And then the best part was when he dropped it, he was like, oh shit. And then he's like looking around, turning his flashlight on his phone. So he didn't drop his phone, you know? It was his wallet because it made a tingy noise. My guess is as good as yours, but I would assume that's what it was since it smelled like weed so much. Maybe you get more enjoyment out of a thriller like Split when you're fucking baked, but everyone else in that theater doesn't need to think, hey, is this guy behind me about to light up on the devil's lettuce inside of this public movie theater where we're seeing a film that is PG-13? That's just not something that people should think about when they're in a movie theater, but it seems like maybe it's something people do need to worry about. The last thing that I want to touch on in this video was a truly great experience for me in my life. I went to go see the trash film Sleepless, starring Jamie Foxx. I got into this movie theater, and right as the film was starting, not the trailers, not the pre-show, none of that, the movie, as the credits were rolling for Sleepless to begin, two people enter, a couple, perhaps on a date. Maybe they truly love each other deep down. They come up, they sit down. The woman reaches in to her colossal purse and pulls out, wait for it, 2 Tupperware containers full of lasagna that was warm because they heated it up right before they came to the movie. Who the fuck does that? She's opening this bag and pulling out more and more things. She pulls out 2 Tupperware containers, gives one to her boyfriend, one to herself. She pulls out silverware, real silverware, not like plastic shit, like metal shit you put in a dishwasher. She opens it, the whole room is immediately engulfed in the smell of Italian food, and everyone's like, am I having a stroke, or is someone in here eating Italian food? Because this doesn't make any fucking sense. She then pulls out a Walmart bag. What could be in there? I don't have a fucking clue at this point, because I'm more interested in where their meal is going than I am with the terrible film. She pulls out a little container that had, like, you know, some bread in it for their lasagna and shit. And then she pulls out 2 bottles of Diet Coke. And I'm like, cool. Open up those bottles. Get this shit over with so everybody in this theater can get back to watching this bad movie. No, 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 no. You think they're gonna drink their Coke without ice? What are they, swine? God, no. This woman goes out to the lobby of a movie theater and asks for a cup. Not a drink, just a cup. She comes back with 2 little plastic cups that she has filled with ice, and she then opens the bottle and fills each cup of ice with the fucking soda, and then they both proceed to watch the film as I have to listen to them chew up pasta and cheese and sauce and drink their soda out of plastic cups that the movie theater provided them. I was just in awe at that point. At the time of her rustling with the Walmart bag and pulling lasagna out of her purse, I didn't know where this was going. Did she have a cake in there too for them to eat for dessert? Why wasn't I invited? I was only a seat away. They didn't even offer me a little plastic cup full of Diet Coke or a bite of lasagna. Maybe I was hungry. As they always said in school, if you're gonna bring gum, if you're gonna bring food, you better bring enough for the whole fucking class, because otherwise the rest of us have to sit there and smell your fucking lasagna the whole time. Whew. Okay, so those are the recent experiences that I have had in the movie theater. Just wanted to get that off my chest, let you guys know what I've been going through. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I said, I'll link the first one down in the comments down below. It's an older video. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share everything. You know, let me know some of your craziest experiences that you've had with people just being insanely disrespectful in movie theaters. As always, I'm Eric. You know, I have fun making these videos because I kind of just get to rant, and I hope you guys enjoy them too. So I hope to see you guys later.